Hey everybody, welcome to a very early morning of our Faith Press. Today I'm so grateful for good coffee that we need, and I'm rocking a coffee out of Grand Rapids, Michigan called Madcap. So if you're looking for a new coffee, can't go wrong with Madcap. I buy a 5 pound bag, life changer, amazing. That being said, we are about to enter into a series as a church through the letter of First Peter. It's a beautiful letter. One of my challenges on Sunday was to read this letter in entirety this week. It'll take you no more than 20 minutes. And it is a short letter that Peter writes to Asia Minor. So you'll see all of those little towns in the first few verses of where this letter was shared and scattered among the churches in these little towns. Really beautiful. But here's what I want you to think. We're going to study the first two verses of 1 Peter chapter 1 on Sunday. And this week, as you read 1 Peter, I want you to think about the church scattered in Asia Minor. I want you to think about Nero as its emperor. I mean, we're talking about a guy with massive toxicity, a guy that was constantly insecure on an ego trip. There are times where he would actually put Christians on big lampposts and light Christians on fire in order to give light to the towns or to Rome. And so you can just imagine how scared you would be. I want you to imagine yourself as a Gentile, which you probably are. Most of us are. A few of us come from Jewish lineage, but imagine you're Gentile, and imagine that you have become acquainted and that you have become Jewish because you are convicted that Yahweh is the one true God, right? So you're a part of the synagogue. You're Gentile, but you've converted to Judaism. It's called a proselyte. Now, imagine that now you're part of a Jewish community, you begin to believe that Jesus is the Messiah. So already you've built bridges with your Gentile neighbors and family because you've converted to Judaism. And now within the Jewish community, some are beginning to ostracize you, not all, but some in the synagogue are starting to become frustrated with you because of your proclamation that Christ is the Messiah. So you have your Gentile family is against you, your Jewish spiritual community, some of those people are now against you, and you find yourself in the Roman Empire wondering, where do I belong? Who do I belong to? How do I live out this faith? How do I be faithful in this time? So as you read that letter, I just want you to think about that framework of what does it mean to be Christian within a society where you don't always feel like you socially belong. You don't always feel like there's places for you to go that are going to be welcoming for you or things like that. I think sometimes we lose touch with the reality that so much of our Christian brothers and sisters, they felt ostracized socially, spiritually, communally on almost every level. Sometimes it cost you financial relationships in terms of job placement, things like that. So read with a first century lens this week, the letter of 1 Peter. And we're going to sit in verses 1 and 2, and I'm so excited about this series. So that's my challenge for this week. From a Gentile but converted to a Jewish idea, from that point of view, read 1 Peter and see what new things bounce off the text for you. Feel free to send me an email if you need anything or if you want to engage in any way in 1 Peter, have questions or want to know some commentaries that you can read along the way. We really want you to go deep into the Word as we move into the Word of 1 Peter this series. So grace and peace to you, my friends, and I'll see you soon.